really take your time, play slow, and make sure that you're doing everything correctly. And that's kind of where Empyrean is different from a lot of the other maps in the rotation. So I think whatever team has that better coordination, the timing, the teamwork, just being able to play the positions on the map that need to be played will come out on top. But we'll see how that kind of goes and plays out throughout the rest of this series. Or this map, I should say.
Supernova with the rockets in tow still has 2 of them right there in his pocket. Going to see some players. He knows they're on platform. He knows they're at second BR. He's going to try to get away just to maintain control of this rocket. He's going to do exactly that. Ooh, unfortunately, that rocket did not hit. But that player was able to get away, and the second rocket also did not hit. Able to get away here in green box, playing it like a pro. The Mr. I, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or MRI, or Marie, I'm not sure. Either way, getting shot from behind. Oh man, Supernova getting taken down with the noob combo there at training. That puts 3 kills on the board for Commando. Stepping up to the plate for his team. We're going to switch over here to the perspective of LV on site as he gets his 3rd kill on the board. He's approaching here long haul in a confrontation with Commando. Commando is going to come out on top, currently the only player alive of his team.
Yeah, and I mean, we're kind of seeing what we talked about kind of early, and neither team really being able to capitalize on those power-ups, I should say, either that OS or rockets that were brought out. And I think that happens a lot of the time on this map. It's kind of weird, but in a sense, there's so much that needs to be done on this map and so much power on this map that I feel like just one power-up isn't enough for really anything. Obviously, rockets can really turn the tides, as can OS, but since there's so much on the map, I don't think that's as impactful. As you see old guys trying to push through this left side of the map, this sniper side of the map, and a lot of team damage coming through, and they should be rotating this a little bit as all these players are boxed in now. That's the big thing. They find the first kill. Cal Ripken going crazy, but another one traded out as they're still trying to find these kills. And this was a problem that we had in our last series. These players focusing more on the sniper side than the needle side, and that sword side, sniper side, is where you want to go to on Slayer on this map, but not so much on CTF, just because all the power-ups, you know, the heat wave, snipers, OS, all on that sword side of the map. However, it's not very easy to pull the flag in that direction. So you're going to want to see teams kind of push through needles on this, pull the flag out in that direction, and neither team has really been able to do that so far.
3 minutes into the game, and you're exactly right. The set of ingredients that you want to see take place or see in that boiling pot have not all come together at a coalescing moment where either team has been able to capitalize. We've seen a situation unfold where multiple power weapons have been in control and utilized effectively, but the combination of events did not allow for that flag to escape the base. 2 players down on the side of old guys, make that 3. Cal Ripken here on training also goes down. Going to give an opportunity for We Get Wiped to move forward here. We see the sniper and the assist on the board from Ken Philby Jr. That sniper in tow. He sees great lane right there onto the sniper, or onto the flag and onto platform. Takes out Cal Ripken. Once again, this push is being made. 2 players down on old guys. This could be an opportunity for We Get Wiped to make a play.
Yeah, and the kills are going through, but they're just not playing the map, I guess, correctly at all. They're just letting them spawn back into the middle of their base, and that is going to be old guys stabilizing, which expected result just coming out from what we saw from that. But old guys doing a good job. They have to find some kills here, get themselves out of their base, and with the sniper, it's kind of the opportunity to do that, but hitting a shot but not able to confirm the kill, and We Get Wiped finding another one. The sniper not able to hit, so it looks like We Get Wiped are able to get into that flag spawn now. A 3rd kill coming through as there are 2 players still up for old guys, and that is a flag pull, brought it out of their base, and a flag fumble right there. Little bit as Commando Bob, whatever it is, whatever your amazing name is, ends up getting a nice flank in, and that should be able to get that flag returned back into the base. So Old Guys doing a good job at making sure that that flag does not go that much farther outside of their base, but we get wiped. You got to think what would have happened if they don't fumble that flag right there.
Two players down on Old Guys. Rockets in the possession of MRI. Stepping up to the plate with 6 kills for his team. Got an even footing on the side of Old Guys. All of them coming through with just about the same amount of kills. Got that killing spree on the board for MRI. He gets taken down there in the channel. It looks like the flag grab will be made by his colleague Bodie Bear. Bodie Bear stepping up to the plate, grabbing that flag, getting it just to the channel. Not made it quite further than that channel yet. I don't think we've seen the flag get past second BR. So we'll see if this flagpole is able to do it. On the respawn, saw him fall off the edge. Unfortunate circumstance there. Gets a 360 for it. I'm not sure how that was calculated, but we see the flag escaping here, going for the first point on the board. And that will be confirmed as Old Guys is able to take the first capture here in this capture the flag game at Empyrean.
That's such a big play from Cal Ripken also to sit in that corner on training, finds 1 kill, really for the most part for free, but finding a second, a little bit of a 2-piece, and maybe a little bit of a blunder falling off the map right there, but that allows the space for Old Guys to bring that flag through, and it's Commando Bob putting it right back into the base. But a couple of nice snipes coming in from Ken Philby, and that leaves we get wiped, starting to push themselves up the map, and they still have the sniper in his hand. I believe that shot hit, gonna back down Cal Ripken, but AJ Lag does get taken down, and that's gonna force them to back up a little bit. Here is a nice shot again coming in from Ken Philby, doing his damage with the snipes, which needs to happen. Just de-scopes at the wrong time, but still kills are coming through, but they need to get to the other side of the map, and they've just not been able to do that.
See AJ Lag here stepping up, grabbing that sniper. As Ken Philby is currently done with it. He has 1 shot left in it, and we're hoping to see whether or not he can use this, but I'm not sure if there's a lack of decision. Oh, yeah, he heard them coming through green box. That's what it was, and that rockets up. Gets that double kill on the board. Right place, right time. I shouldn't even have questioned it. Now with the rocket in his toe, he's going to be pushing forward, and he has his team with him. He has his guns with him. I think right here we're going to see an opportunity for potentially a flag grab to be able to return this back and tie this out. You know they want it. You know they crave it. Can they do it?
And he's just playing really passive with these rockets to make sure that he finds the kill, but not able to find one at the end of the day. And that patience, I think, just lost them the opportunity to get that flag out right there. They had everything that they needed to, but he sat there waiting with his rockets, and unfortunately that's going to make sure that Old Guys can at least fend off that push for now. But still on their side of the map, but Old Guys now have found 2 kills. It's all left to AJ Lag, who finds 1 kill, taking damage from behind, pulls the flag really quickly, but ends up getting collapsed on. MRI finding that kill, clearing out the base, and we get wiped. Are back onto square one, and with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, they have to get that flag out. They need a cap to send us to at least overtime.
Flag has been returned. It was almost tickled there, like they had the chance of it. Weren't able to execute. Floor loot is now on the map. MRI sees it. He craves it. He's going to go for it. And he has that sniper now in tow. And 3 players down on the enemy team will give an opportunity for them to move forward. They've got 2 players down as on site on the respawn. MRI with the spawn trap, watching them respawn in their base. They have nowhere to go and nothing to do. A great shot there from MRI as AJ Lag takes a fall. Can he get the second? Not quite connecting with BR shots. He sees the shield recharge. Unable to come through for that confirmation. Bodie Bear there when he needed it the most, and MRI getting de-scoped. Fortunately not able to come through there for his team.
Yeah, and Old Guys still just fending off pushes left and right from we get wiped. Not able to string too much together. Is this sniper in sword is a very powerful position, as we're seeing that right now. The sight lines for MRI just great, and Bodie Bear with a snipe himself. Old Guys having both snipers in their hands, and now believe what is rockets. If I just saw that correctly, they should be able to pick up. Yes, they will be able to pick up rockets now, and leaving that sniper, a BR, I should say. I thought he switched out his sniper there for a sec, but my eyes deceived me a little bit right there. They get the overshield, they get the rockets, but the sniper misses, and that's actually rockets and snipes dropped right there. But MRI is there to pick both of them up. If he can pick it up, yes, he finds it. So both rockets still in stock, able to do it. Dropping it to his teammates, trying to spread the wealth a little bit. But as that's happening, as they're gathering themselves over there with their weapons, we get wiped and pushed out on that long haul side of the map. 2 kills traded out both sides. Once again, it's all down to these 2 players, MRI and Bodie Bear, to make sure that this flag doesn't go out. But Bodie Bear is the one with the rockets. He ends up taking down a player with the flag, LV on site. Not able to get that flag out, all because of the rockets. And that was the power in the hands of old guys. They had everything on the map, the snipers, the rockets, the overshield. And that right there is what saved them on that flag cap. As now there's only men left on the clock, and we get wiped. Need to muster something up if they want to save themselves on this map.
I think you analyzed it earlier that, you know, the sword side of the map is largely loot dense. And they were literally juggling additional loot on that side of the map. Meanwhile, the other team was penetrating through long haul. I mean, foresight for the analysis is incredible there, Joe. First flag capture on the board. We're seeing an attempt right now from We Get Wiped with 20 seconds on the clock to make an attempt for their flag cap back. They know they want it. With 3 players down, it's just not looking like they're going to be able to do it. The flag is currently away. They're going to go for a grab, but might be a too little, too late situation, as that flag seems to going to be able to be returned. A pretty low effort level there. And finally concluding this out 1-1, we're going to see the old guys take the win. First map has been completed, and the old guys take their first
one-sided in our first series, so it's, I think, gonna be a little bit different this time. I would give it to We Get Wiped, as they won the slaying battle so much this last time, but not this time, as they go.
I really like that start.
They did. It was a great start. That shroud screen, I mean,
yeah,
that shroud screen can be great, but they weren't able to grab the rockets with that. But old guys.
Luckily we saw old guys. You know, there were 3 people. Oh, man, because of that, could have been a lag out or
Is that a
something.
sniper?
Snipers.
Oh, what? How did the sniper get into?
I just realized it too. I was like, I don't think that's on this map.
Did they? It looks like there might be a game override set where they might have set secondary.
That's, I mean,
I'm not sure if that's the final ruling there, but definitely curious. Now I'm kind of sad, Joe. Now I want a sniper.
Who wouldn't? I mean, it wouldn't play out that well, but it would be so fun to see people just rocking it. Maybe instead of Slayer, we could just do team snipers.
Hey,
maybe instead.
I'm not sure. We might have some influence. We might be able to get that done.
We might be able to make that happen. A Streets team snipers game for this game 2 Slayer. That'd be.
I see them in here. They're making some changes here to the game type. Make sure we start up the official ranked Slayer version that, unfortunately for us, doesn't have a sniper rifle. But for some analysis, it was Bodie Bear. First game, right off the rip, they decided to go toward the bend on the B side of the map and grab the shroud. And the time it took for them to go from the subway, from C site, to the shroud, and then back to the subway, that's what cost them the time to get to the rockets first. But they did have a cool idea with using that shroud screen in order to cover their push through the long open plaza that is right outside of the subway. So I thought that was an interesting take on an approach. It didn't work for them, obviously, but I think, the opposing team had a lot of resources there at the right time that really prevented that push. I think maybe if better executed, or with not that situation, it could have went differently, and I think it's a really good idea.
You've seen a lot of teams use that shroud screen now, opting to kind of use that to get rockets more often than not now. And I think it was the right idea. Obviously, they just weren't able to get the timing down and see the shroud screen coming through, and it shouldn't be able to do all too much. And does throw it down. That is free rockets now. A little bit better of a job from We Get Wiped on this break attempt, and we actually do see a little bit of a substitution. It's Seth Tata in for Cal Ripken, if my eyes are telling me the correct things. And Bodie Bear able to get both of those rockets out. And what I always like to tell my teammates when I play is it's better to just shoot them out nowhere than give them to the other team. So able to shoot out that second one and maybe not finding a kill, but at least it doesn't go to the other team, as he does find that kill in PD. A little bit later than he probably would have wanted, but still finding it as he finds the second kill right there. Bodie Bear off to a quick 3-0 start, looking for a fourth one, but it's MRI to find that kill, and a very quick lead for We Get Wiped, a 6-2 start.
Love to see it, especially from off the rip. Bodie Bear, you know, using that shroud, getting that rocket, not only getting that rocket, but being able to use that rocket, getting 3 kills on the board. That's exactly what's paving this early lead here for We Get Wiped in this second game here in this series. As We Get Wiped takes the first win, they fervently want that second. We're going to see if they're going to be able to come through. That was a slow motion death as Bodie Bear takes their first fall to assist 3 kills on the board. It definitely was a situation where that first kill, slow motion death, or a triple kill on the board. What a performance. Not Seth Tata coming through strong, making his presence known here as he approaches his first game for the night.
Yeah, the ringer coming in big, as it's now a 12-6 lead for We Get Wiped. And one new player, but a same story, the slaying going their way. And they're still just continuing to find kills, as they are now 14-6 up. And you just look at the top right of your screen, the wealth being spread quite evenly right now, as Seth Tata finds 2 more. A 7-3 start for him, as he's just looking for more. He's hungry for the kills, and he's not going to overstay his welcome. He's going to move out a little bit. There's no more rockets in there, and that nade should do a lot of damage. Not able to find the kill, and no one able to trade it out. But MRI finding one, ends up getting taken down by Supernova, and We Get Wiped doing a pretty good job at the moment of keeping their lead. And from the way that this pace of the game has gone, I think I could see them building onto it a little bit more.
I do want to shout out right now, just kill to assist participation is basically non-existent right now for the old guys. You know, there's only 1 assist between their total of 3 and 3, 6. That's 11 kills. 1 of them have been participated on with a colleague. Like, your assist to kill participation is a statistic that really kind of shows how well you're playing together, how passively you pay attention to the presence of your teammates. And that's one thing I think you see really strong right now from We Get Wiped, the delineating factor, pushing them forward by double the overall points and progressing to even be higher than that, 25-12. Not even 3 minutes into this game, a very strong presence made by We Get Wiped here in the second game of this series.
Yeah, and old guys need to change something, and change it quick, as a double kill comes in from AJ Lag to net himself the shotgun right there and make that a third right there. It's not going to give him the triple kill, but it's enough for me, as those rockets are now up. The shroud screen really in their hands, and they're able to grab the rockets because of that. And this might be the shift that they need, but Seth Tata, big nade coming in from the grave, and that makes 1 more rocket down on the ground. But old guys should be able to gather that other rocket, still be able to use it, but a 10-kill lead still for We Get Wiped. And even though they lose those rockets and lose some kills, they're continuing to grab some slays here and there and contain their lead.
Commando Beb once again getting another kill, an opportunistic kill. Lead by 10. They have been able to reduce the deficit a bit. I think we saw the largest lead by 12. Now approaching 10. How the cookie crumbles to see if they're able to minimize that deficit even more. A heck of an encounter there. Bodie Bear and Commando doing the work together. Not Seth yet again getting a kill, and once again up by 12. See a situation unfold where the pressure is relentless. Old guys are currently really in a situation where the other team's clicking. Like, they are playing together. The assists are starting to return on old guys. You know, we're starting to see a lot more participation there, so maybe some comms have taken place, you know. Reduce pushing. Let's play together. And by playing together and not pushing, they're able to get a few more kills together. See a total of 8-9 now assists between their team. That number is ever increasing.
Yeah, and getting closer to putting this game away and going to a quick 2-0 right here. And something similar, I feel like a lot of the games that we see in the Halo Rec League, there's always one team that plays at a way faster pace than the other one. And that team that plays quicker typically goes up into a lead and has more of an advantage. But a lot of kills going old guys' way. Maybe this is the start of a comeback. They have the rockets, they have the kills, and they just need to stick together, try not to give any kills away that are unnecessary, and hopefully they can maybe put something together to make some magic happen right here. In the Rockets not really being able to be utilized yet, but we get wiped all crowded really into an area. But the main thing was, is we get wiped. They got out of C. Old guys kind of let them out, and trades going through. That's not what old guys need right here. They need only kills, but that's 4 dead for old guys. We get wiped. 8 kills away from closing out this game and going up 2-0.
And with the Rockets in tow, not a set of ingredients that old guys wants to be putting into their palate right now. All 4 of the old guys pushing B together. Could have been MRI's opportunity for ridiculous kill right there. Barely escaped it. That's a double kill on the board. It's not going to go without nothing. Is that a triple kill? Is we going to make this an overkill?
It's game time.
MRI, an overkill, and 4 kills left. Getting one
Amazing.
team wipe, as they only needed one more team wipe to close this one out. He took matters into his own hands. 16-6, being the difference maker that we get wiped needed. And 12 kill lead, and it feels like at the moment it's only a matter of time for them to close it. As old guys getting a bunch of kills right here, but still down 10, and it feels like right now it's a little too late.
They have been able to stay at about this rate, and if they would have been able to start this pace, you know, early on in the game, it could have been way different. Right here, they're able to come back within 8, and then the 9th kill gets on the board there from we get wiped. All they need is one more, getting shot from the back. We're going to see the perspective of not Seth Tate. He gets taken down by the Rockets. This is a decent comeback here toward the end. Like 42, now they're down by 6, 7 kills, and they were down by 12. I think at a moment they were down by 13, but mitigating death at that moment's the most difficult thing to do. 50-43 coming out as the final. Able to consistently perform and bring this game 3 to a closure, then, you know, that'll be swift and decisive.
And before I get into any other point, I need to make sure you don't disrespect a Baltimore baseball legend like that again. Cal Ripken, not Carl. Let's make sure we get that one clear a little bit. But as that baseball legend, Cal Ripken in that first game was quite the star as well. And I was a little surprised he was the one that was subbed out, but he's back, as well as Seth Tata, who had a great map too as well, and MRI, who had a great map too as well. And feels like this may be the best iteration we could get slaying-wise throughout this series, and now they're all on the same team now at once. So definitely a little bit different, and we see them hop out to an early control as they're looking to try and get all 3 points, but not able to do it, as C is now getting flipped and B not able to do anything. But Cal Ripken looking to push forward, finds the kill. It's MRI hopping down, and they're going to be able to get B and C. An early trip cap coming in from We Get Wiped, and the kills still going their way. And
heck? My,
Oh, it's a 3v4. Someone did it.
I'm still giving it round of applause. I'm going to go ahead and make the headshot sound because, I mean, we've been craving it. The 3v4, they're going to end it here. Did anyone happen to note what the score was when that player dropped out? The captains will have the option of either resuming at the score that the player dropped, or they'll reset.
Let me do my nice little detective work.
But,
Still got to win a map, and old guys have an opportunity to get themselves right back into the series right here. I think it's a full reset, if I'm correct.
you're correct. It is a full reset.
Wow, fantastic. So they get back.
No
they got to
math.
win this break off right here. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Got to get a good break off here, and they've not really been able to do that all too well. But Bodie Bear, look at him flying around, still yet to be taken down. Finally gets taken down, but that should allow his team to get B right here. Not yet, actually. Old guys able to grab that and really push themselves over to C as well. And we get wiped grabbing B, but not before old guys have put themselves onto C. So they should be able to score some points before anybody else. And there they are. They have started our scoring for this map 3.
Map 3 underway. 10 points on the board. Old guys taking the lead here early on. MRI top kills in the lobby has 3 on the board already. Wow. And but kills don't matter here. We're talking about stronghold control, and that's a box that old guys is currently checking with a perfect on the board from AJ Lag. It's going to be important to try and get control of that C site, and they will be able to confirm it. Even unfortunately, even as he gets that perfect, he's still not going to be able to control that site. 20 seconds on the board right now from old guys. No points have currently been able to be obtained by the We Get Wiped squad.
Much better start from old guys. And we said it. It's great. It feels great when you're right. Maybe that extended timeout was something that they needed as they continue to be scoring and have a little bit of an AC setup right here in Bodie. Just look in the wrong direction, as that is now 4 dead for We Get Wiped, and that should be a trip cap. The one downside of that is there was an A spawn that came out, and I'm pretty sure, though, Cal Ripken over here is by himself, as neither of those sticks are going to come through. Cal Ripken finding the first kill, getting taken down instantly, but that allows his team to not just get C, but also should be able to grab B here as well. And with that camo up, might be a big mistake for giving up those C spawns a little bit too early, maybe wanting to wait for all of them to spawn up so you could really pinch out that A side and kind of split them out a little bit. Not the best thing that happened all day. And still, though, old guys have been great on the map as they start to flip B now, and they continue to be scoring. And with how much the control that they've had, you'd think they'd be out to a bigger lead, but they're just not. Only a 15-point lead as We Get Wiped are actually scoring right now.
We Get Wiped so formidable throughout this entire night of Halo. They've been able to answer everything that's been thrown at them, and then they usually respond with a level of effort that just brings them to a new level, and then the answer back from old guys just hasn't been there. So this game is hopefully what old guys needed in order to put a win under their belt for the series. So far, you know, we're going to see real strong presence here early on from We Get Wiped with those 2 wins already checkboxing for the night, and 50 points from old guys as we're approaching here 3 minutes into this Strongholds match at Recharge. And MRI with this shock rifle in tow. I'm just craving to hear it say perfect.
So, sir, I'm going to avert your eyes up to the top left and top right of your screen. The story of that Street Slayer was the assists. We Get Wiped grabbing a lot more, and you look at it right now. Let me do my math real quick. 14 assists compared to 4 from We Get Wiped. Completely different sides of the story, and old guys off of that have been able to turn that into a very large lead for old guys right here. And look at that, continuing to find the kills. They should be able to find the camo here as well, and A has been turned as those A spawns come in. We've said how powerful they can be and how good it can be for a team, as One player going down, MRI, was down to 1 HP, and this camo looking to do a lot of damage right here. Is AJ Lag finding 2, make that 3, finally being taken down, but that B side is now being flipped. Make that A as well. A trip cap coming through. No! MRI, a big kill to end up holding on to A as his teammates are now on C, and he's going to be responsible with holding this A side, but nobody's really pushing him over here. They're going to look towards the C side, and that might not be the best decision either, but they do make sure that they're not scoring over there. There's MRI taking matters into his own hands, not just worrying about A, holding that for his team, but looking to capture B, and does it. MRI looking to be like Thanos, grabbing all the Infinity Stones and doing everything on the map for them.
I'm telling you, man, I think he's best described as a survivalist. Because he just stays alive. He's at least kills, or at least deaths right now in the lobby, aside from Ken Philby Jr. But, you know, MRI, we've seen him multiple times throughout games tonight just be a highly resilient to death. Like, narrowly averting defeat every time, yet once again, still on the same life, getting a double kill. He's already captured A, captured B, moved up to Attic, came out, got a double kill, still holding B. He's still on the same life, people.
Yeah, and doing a great job and still finding kills, make that a killing spree, finally getting taken down. And the one thing I'd like to note is that I don't think we get wiped or really taking advantage of that top gold position. Being able to watch that cross onto A, they've had the A spawns for a while, but haven't been able to do anything with it, and I think that's just because of the lack of presence on that top gold, top glass area, and getting those shots down across the map, playing their angles, and definitely a big struggle at the moment as Ken Philby finds another kill, but Cal Ripken finds one, Bodie Bear finds one, and those kills still going their way, and they need to flip B. They do that, and not Seth. Trying to flip B as a kill did go through, not able to hit that green gun shot, playing his life, a smart decision right there. And I think we get wiped, struggling on the map position right here on where they need to be, and Old Guys just converting on that lack of maybe map awareness on where these players need to be as B is getting flipped. But I mean, end of the day, we get wiped not having anywhere near that teamwork that we saw on that last map.
They are in a position of scoring as we see we get wiped now, being tasked with this answer. Old Guys stepped up into game 3, 150 to 87, stepping up to the plate and just showing that they can do this and that they will, because they're stepping up here and back in a position of scoring. We see Supernova taking the A site once again, giving them some more points. He was able to escape with his life, making sure that he's now able to reapproach. He's reapproaching MRI, and he's able to take that down, getting A site back. Looks like a grenade placement there might have tagged him a little bit. I kind of expected that plasma to bounce a little further down that step, and I think he might have too.
Yeah, and still getting really outslayed. Not something we expected to see from We Get Wiped. And the guns from Old Guys starting to get hot as the shock rifle is in the hands of not Seth Tata. Finding some kills as B's getting flipped again, and a couple of players from Old Guys looking to maybe aggress over towards A, and that's finally it. I think that's the first one we've seen all day, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you want me to give it a headshot sound?
You could if you'd want to. I wouldn't complain about it, but MRI now grabs that camo. Maybe we get wiped. Starting to get it, but they push out too far. They allow one player to spawn into pipes, messing up those spawns once again, and that should be able to be B flipped. It is contested, and they do flip it back, but that was a little couple of points that shouldn't really be going their way, and that's 2 players dead, and you have to make sure you don't give up the A spawns right here, the camo. I know you want to push, but you cannot give up those A spawns, and he pushes through to C, and there it is. They get the C spawns, and that's going to be A flipped now, and a little bit of a blunder once again, just not being able to keep track of the positions that they need to be in, and that's allowing Old Guys to continue to get out of bad spots. Not even Old Guys really being the ones to press. It's when they're 2 or 3 dead, it's We Get Wiped, pushing out a little bit too far and gifting Old Guys these good spawns to get right back into the game, I should say.
MRI with a really nice tucked nade. He approached outside of A side. He got away, put that nade in a good spot, was able to get away with his life. Also picked up a commando. He's approaching back into A side. He wants to take control of this and get his team back into that position of scoring. He sees another player come across the top catwalk and gets a ninja. Goes for the second melee, and a teammate's there for the assist. Beautiful execution, yet once again taking notes over here from MRI as he's proudly getting We Get Wiped back into the game as he gets the A site under control.
Just need to make sure they don't lose all the work that they've done, all the hard work. Look at that. Just multi-clear after multi-kill and giving up A right here. And I mean, they're not going to be able to fight this. B getting flipped, A getting flipped, and he's going to try and go for this, but he does get sticked. MRI goes down. Cal Ripken finding a kill onto B. Should be able to make sure that they don't get it. There is one more player. The trade goes through, and that's going to make sure that they can't get it. But the camo coming right on up, and that should go to Old Guys, but We Get Wiped. Top B control right now, but that's just about all they have. The rest of the map in firm grasp of Old Guys, and We Get Wiped now. Have to problem solve right here. A perfect coming in. That's 2 kills now, and couple being traded out. Cal Ripken over to top A and has a little bit of assistance from Seth as Old Guy is going to be forced to back down. One player just cross, and they're going to be able to get that gold side now as well. And just We Get Wiped struggling to hold on to the map right here and where they need to be, and it's really causing them to not get the points that they, I guess, have deserved in certain moments. So tough position to really be in, and now kills now going through for Old Guys and playing their life quite well as they only need 30 points now to send us to a map 4.
Looking really strong here for the underdogs. Old Guys stepping up to the plate with only 20 points away from victory, leaving We Get Wiped currently 117 points away from confirming victory. What a situation to be in. And right now we're going to see We Get Wiped not even give up. Look, they're going to go for an AB hold. If they can get into a position, they might be able to control this and put this on lock. But they right now need to occupy the location that AJ currently is in, and they have not yet controlled upper attic. If they can control upper attic, get someone in Whirlpool, get someone in A, they can force spawns at C, watch the cross from the attic from control room. That's the clinical setup that'll get the nice control, get longevity. They're not able to get that setup going. In fact, full domination control here from Old Guys as the final few moments are about to happen. Double points right at the end for the confirmed first victory of Old Guys here in this series of matches. We are not left
on the map, but I think you're definitely right. Fundamentally, they only need to hold 1 point. That's what King of the Hill is. So we'll see if they're able to build off of what they did with that Strongholds game as We Get Wiped. Find that first kill. Not able to find the second. Bodie Bear getting absolutely horked on right there as they do. I will say they did go for the team that they had just had. So to be noted, the team that they have gone with in this map 3 or map 4 was the one from map 3. So the overshield now, big fight going through. That's going to be Old Guys grabbing it, and not just grabbing the overshield, but having the sniper now and control of the point. And with these spawns coming in from We Get Wiped, they may not really have a good shot at even going for this point as a beautiful no-scope comes in. And oh my goodness, Old Guys about to capture the first point with absolutely no resistance.
Yeah, we really saw a prioritization of utilities there on the opposite side of the map, and Notseth was able to come out with the sniper and with 3 kills under his belt. That was after he used the green gun to take all of the overshield out of play. So really, like, a lot of utility play happened on the other side of the map, but while all that was going down, you're absolutely right. Old Guys sinking their teeth into the scoreboard by getting that first point on the board, and we're going to see We Get Wiped now almost with an answer here into the second point, already almost halfway toward progressing toward their first point here in this King of the Hill match at Livefire.
Yeah, and Seth going down right there was kind of bad to his point, but they weren't able to capitalize on that. That was the player that was really watching the B cross right there, and they weren't able to get themselves onto C as We Get Wiped now, having a pretty dominant hill themselves, and very back and forth, I guess you could say, but very heavy on the back and forth scale. One completely dominant, the other completely dominant as Old Guys finally get themselves onto the point, but Bodie Bear finds one, instantly traded. Nice perfect from Ken Philby Jr. and a couple players going down make that 3 for We Get Wiped. And one off of a full wipe, as we would say, and not able to find some time right here. They have all the control. They should be staying on the point, gathering as much as they can. And what I will say is a pretty crazy thing is if you look at the bottom, the game clock, only 20 seconds has elapsed, and we're really almost completely through our second point. So that's kind of a crazy thing to look at. I'm not quite sure I've really seen that before.
Yeah, there has barely been any time elapsed where the hill has not been occupied. Like, hill comes up, immediately in control. Still yet, they are not missing an opportunity to score. That's a great observation with only 20 seconds without the hill being in control. Bodie Bear approaching this hill. Well-placed shot onto AJ lag. And with a teammate there approaching as well, MRI and Bodie Bear able to effectively take this site. Now on a rotate, watching up on sandbags. Great nades there from Bodie Bear. Not able to come out on top. And once again, OG Old Guys up in a position of power, up in a position of scoring. Is tied out 1-1. Great no scope there from AJ lag. Love to see that. And tied out here still 1-1. Points are still being gained by Old Guys. Can they maintain this, and can they gain this lead? Are we going to see a map 5? Halo Rec League Season 7, Week 5 going to continue, and we will find out.
You may be taking objective-based game mode a little too seriously. They're taking it quite literally. It's only 30 seconds has elapsed, and that sniper might be big for that OS as there's only 10 seconds on it. Neither team is really over there to play for it, but it looks like we get wiped, kind of prioritizing that more than anyone else as Old Guys do get the point, but I think that overshield should be for free. No, it's a gamble that doesn't pay off. All of the kills going towards Old Guys as well as the point and the overshield. A nice snipe again from Ken Philby Jr. as he puts himself to 11-6, and that should be a free point now for Old Guys, and a big one right here. A big difference between 3-1 down and a 2-2 game, especially with how scrappy that mid-hill can be. Shouldn't be too much of an issue as the game clock really is quite high at the moment. Another great snipe coming in, and we get wiped. Only just not a lot since that C setup. They just haven't been able to get themselves back into it. I say that, and they find themselves 3 kills, maybe 4. No, not able to do it, but they've now put themselves on control of the point, and little bit of them crawling their way back into the game, but not able to collect the time as that is a big nade, and Seth killing himself. I don't know how he did that.
I'm still laughing at myself, calling him Carl. I don't know why I put an R in there. I almost said it again. Cal Ripken. I was trying to say his name, and then I was laughing at myself. Cal Ripken with another few well-placed shots there. Unfortunately, did not come out on top. We're going to see, I think we get wiped buckling their seatbelts. I think they're gonna prioritize this objective, kind of similar to what we've seen Old Guys prioritizing it. As not Seth here hugging this mid pillar. It's taken out as the quickly approaching Old Guys work as a team, work as a unit, and take that hill together.
Yeah, and practically all 4 stacking it. They weren't able to really do a lot right there in Old Guys. It was once again a gamble to really just give up all their map position and full send it to the point, but it's a gamble that seems to be paying off as that overshield does go their way as well as the point. So now we get wiped, have a lot of work to do with a lot of time to do it, but at the end of the day, they don't really have much room for error right here. They need to get this point. They can't afford to give this one up, and we saw a very dominant hill right here in our last series, but we'll see if that can happen again. As a couple of kills we get wiped. They have net and not able to translate that into too much time as Old Guys making this the scrappy hill that we know it can be.
Old Guys, I think they taste it, don't they? They got that win, and now they're really looking good for this game too. I mean, we're on what could be the final hill. We could see a win if Old Guys can maintain control as they have been throughout this game. If they can do it for just another 30 seconds, this is top mid hill. That's so difficult to do, and we're going to see exactly why. All four go down. Great shot there from Notseth. I think, man, we get wiped. If they continue to have what we just saw, if they continue to have that level of efficacy, then Old Guys is going to get shut down. But Old Guys, I don't think is going to let that happen yet either.
Yeah, they are playing quite well together right now, waiting for each other to push. And 3 going through this C-side as they take the first player down on that tower. The Heat Wave able to find 1, but that's 4 dead. Halfway through this point, this might just be it. One more opportunity for We Get Wiped to get these players off the point, but they have to go, and they have to go now as Bodhi Bear ends up getting taken down. That's the first blood in the fight. They find 1. Seth ends up getting it, but the repulsor gets them off the point, but they get all the kills, and that should be the point as they get themselves the second. The repulsor, not enough to do it. The kills going We Get Wipes way as they are now just down 1 and right back into this game.
Hot damn, man. Narrowly averting defeat. It did not look good there, but they all came together and got on that hill in order to mitigate that loss. And they still have to do it 2 more times. Let's see if they're able to. We get wiped. Backs are against the wall. Can they confirm this victory and knock out this win? These last 2 games have been highly objective, highly difficult. That spinning body there. Highly difficult games. You know, these objective games. I think Old Guys, they're doing really good.
They are, to say the least. But I think the one thing that I'm worried about is losing a point like that. You gotta think what that does to the mental composure, and that could really provide some problems right here. They have to regain quickly because We Get Wiped have had that momentum so far on this point, and they've done great with getting themselves to about halfway through this one. And Old Guys now have put themselves on the point, but Cal Ripken, a big nade as he is now on the point, and the team shots now coming through. The teamwork now, it's like We Get Wiped have woken up right there. All the team shots coming in, and they now are halfway to putting themselves onto a tie game in this map for King of the Hill. We Get Wiped. It's like they've woken up. The dragon, the beast, the monster, all have just woken up. It's beautiful. This is Halo Rec League.
They are really contesting for this hill, man. It has been gut-wrenching here. I'm just almost captivated by just the level that they're playing at. They're all, I just imagine them all just to be so high octane right now. AJ lag with the double kill, walks around. It would have been a triple, but he doesn't mind. He got the assist. He knows his teammate's going to walk away there with the W. And good control here from Old Guys. They're on the hill. And now is the time when We Get Wiped has to answer again. They're so close to confirming this point. They can't give this one up. But as that timer, as that ticker quickly approaches the number it needs in order for a point to be gained, MRI is still caught down mid, and that's going to be it, folks. The point will be captured. Old Guys is going to be bringing this into a Game 5.
Able to bring it right on
Not
back.
count
We don't want We Get Wiped to be counted out just because we saw how good they could be on that first map. And Commando Bob actually back in now for, I believe, who was it? Don't tell me. I can do this. Seth, MRI. Who's the other one? Who am I missing? I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No,
I don't mean
you're
to
good.
do it. It's Cal Ripken. Cal Ripken's back out. This was the team in the last Slayer, this set of 4. So maybe going back to their roots, what they want to do is Old Guys coming out on top in that break off of 3-2 so far at the moment. But Old Guys looking to pick up right where they left off as they isolate another pick. Even though MRI has put himself in a nice spot to end up getting one, helping out his teammate who is now perished, and Bodhi Bear getting taken out. I thought it was going to be MRI, but it wasn't. It was not. Look at them go. We Get Wiped, trying their best to up the tempo here and get themselves going, but so far not able to really separate themselves early on in this game. Neither team really being able to separate themselves.
1 minute, 15 seconds into the last Slayer match here in the night of Halo Rec League, as Week 5 is very close to coming to a conclusion. We are in a situation where Old Guys and We Get Wiped both have been neck and neck, tied 2-2 for the entire night. And this is the decider. Which one of these teams will be able to take away the W? We're about to find out. Slayer at Aquarius will be the grounds in which they can determine their differences and set themselves apart for this season. Let's see which team can take this W.
Yeah, and these two teams are playing very differing styles. We Get Wiped playing some angles, trying to get some damage in, and just from across the map and play certain positions, while Old Guys is doing a really good job at isolating picks. They find one player, get him weak, and fly at him. Find the guy that's alone who doesn't have the help, go and kill that guy. That's what they're going for, and it's serving them a little bit better than the strategy of We Get Wiped. And a little bit of an early lead, 4-kill lead, but nothing to be too crazy about. It's still very obtainable, and it's still very early, but I think I like the strategy from Old Guys a little bit better, which is weird to say because I feel like strategy-wise, if you asked me how these two teams would play earlier on in the series, I would say that Old Guys would be the ones holding the angles and We Get Wiped would be the ones flying at them, but it's quite the opposite right now.
I'm noticing like a am I noticing a slower pace here? Like, you know how toward the end of certain games, like the pace just kind of slows down? I think we're seeing that in pretty much all of Game 5. We're at the end of this series. So I think they're naturally in that tense moment that's influencing some of those decisions. This is kind of a slower game.
Yeah, and nobody wants to really make that mistake, right? It's Game 5. You don't want to lose it right now. But I think both teams really need to remember is you have to, in these situations, it's not about playing to not lose. You have to play to win. And both of these teams right now are really not taking the risks and feels like playing not to lose. And I think the first team that can really figure that out on what they need to do to win will be the one that comes out on top. And at the moment, it looks like Old Guys are the ones taking more risks as they're the ones who are kind of flying around the map, isolating their picks, getting their kills. And once again, you look at those assist numbers, only 3 so far for We Get Wiped and 13 for Old Guys so early on. And that just has been the difference for a while. These two teams, the difference has really been the assist numbers in all 4 games. Really, the first 2 We Get Wiped were really dominating in those numbers, and the last 2 games, Old Guys have been dominating in that aspect of the game. So that's kind of where we've been, where we see ourselves at right now. But the one thing to be noted as well is We Get Wiped are getting dominated on those assist numbers, and that teamwork maybe not going their way, but they're only down 5 right now. So that's definitely something good to be really thinking about, because the second that they can figure it out, they can probably get themselves right back into it and maybe even get themselves a lead.
LV on site, using that invis, getting that kill, putting his team just slightly more into the lead, 28-22. Make that 29 as we see him get 5th kill on the board. Also get that heat wave in tow. Getting some nades there onto the refrigerator side of the map. Great team shots there from Commando and Bodie Bear, as AJ Lag, as well as his teammates here occupying the yellow side of refrigerator. Great nade there. We saw the Dynamo come in and start to get some ticks. That was an assist as well. 24-30, down by 6 in the final game here on Halo Rec League for the tonight's series. We're gonna see Old Guys really want to come through and claim this reverse sweep, and so far they have the ingredients necessary to really make that a reality.
Yeah, but only a 4-kill lead right now, and it's like we see them, you watch the game, and maybe if you hide the scoreboard, you'd be like, oh, Old Guys are in quite a large lead at the moment, but that's not the case right now. It's only a 4-kill game, and We Get Wiped finding a way to hang on, really hang around, stick around in this game, and make sure that that lead doesn't come too big. But a big couple of kills coming through, a 6-kill lead now as Bodie Bear, Commando Bob now left on their own, and you want them to not die. As we get later on into this game, you do not want to die. It's now getting to the point where it's like the later on you get in the game, it's like you can't really afford to die, even if you're getting traded, just because how close you're going to be to just getting to 50, and I don't know how MRI survived as long as he has, but he's able to do it, and not able to get really traded out there either. Is Old Guys starting to extend their lead, make that an 8-kill lead. Oh boy, Old Guys looking to seal the reverse sweep.
Really, really impressive to see Old Guys come back like they have and to maintain their pacing throughout their response to the initial few games of tonight's series. As you know, starting off on that footing is difficult for anybody, but they were able to come through with that locker room chatter and really bring back to this series something that we didn't expect from them based on the first 2 games. Another double kill there from Seth. I think he's wanting this to not be the end. He's going to try to do whatever he can, try to get his team the points that they need to mitigate this loss. And with only 8 points now down and 8 points to victory, this is the moment, the deciding few moments that'll determine whether or not Old Guys can really claim this W and put their second win on the board for the season.
In a 9-kill lead, they really have to turn around quick, and that heat wave not being able to net that kill, a big 1v1 win for Seth. But see a couple of his teammates really out of position right now. A lot of them have been out of position. They're just getting caught out at the moment. You see MRI really on his own, and that heat wave really needs to do some damage here. There's now 3 players inside of this closet util area, whatever you want to call it. His kill still going through as they only need 3 more. A 10-kill lead right now, and everything is pointing to them getting this reverse sweep as Camo is now up. This is a big fight that needs to go their way. 2 kills now. Camo now also in the hands of Bodie Bear. If he can get alive, he can stay around with it. Jumps over this player. Don't know how he's found a way to stay alive, and a big kill for Supernova. Commando Bob ends up getting one, but only 2 more kills needed for Old Guys as they have Commando Bob stuck in this fridge area, and We Get Wiped need to try to keep him alive. They cannot afford anybody to die. Here's MRI putting in some damage, but needs to get out as he is left alone at the moment. You see, look at them. Old Guys swarming, trying to hunt down that kill, but MRI is off the scene, has a little bit of help as well. Bodie Bear getting in a couple shots, and 3 minutes also left, so I'm sure Old Guys, if they want to, they don't really have to push out anything too much here, but still an 8-kill lead and make that a 9-kill lead. They only need 1 kill to close out this series.
Old Guys stepping up to the plate, coming through, 1 kill away from the reverse sweep. Are they going to be able to confirm this? It looks like they will. Ken getting taken out down mid is going to give We Get Wiped another opportunity. Man, it is really not over yet. They only need 1 point, and it's not looking good right now as Seth is in the corner. Such a tense moment right now, as you know no one wants to be the reason why the final kill was earned. And yes, multiple fights will be happening here in the long haul between the utility. It looks like the Old Guys were the ones running away from that encounter, as We Get Wiped still has not yet suffered their final death. They've been able to come back 4 points now and really stick it to him. If they can do that once again and continue this, Phil's trying to get that invis. We Get Wiped takes him out as he's trying to, and right here it is. Well, the final engagement might be made. Bodie Bear still alive, is able to come out of that engagement alive. In the final situation, 3 players down, make that 2 players down. We Get Wiped, are you not done with this yet? Oh my God!
The camo is the one thing that Old Guys have, and if they can't spot it out, this might be really tough, but only needing 3 kills. They're all stuck in closet, down to 1 HP. Finally finds it. AJ Lag, I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get that kill, they're in